welcome y'all to Hit the Deck. This is DJ Marvelous, HTD Entertainment, HTD Media. This is the second time around for a good friend of mine, somebody who's very outspoken, but he's not talking trash. He's not talking out his ass. It's somebody that's
I'm talking trash. I'm talking mad trash. Some could say I'm even talking out my ass because I'm talking big dog. So you might be listen.
I consider the connotation to me of people talking trash is people talking stuff that's nonsense, and I don't think you talk nonsense. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you, man.
Nah.
You know, you my guy, man. I'm welcome back, man. I'm happy that you're here and you brought your entourage with you,
Most
your security
definitely,
team.
It's a change, dog.
I
went from a goon squad to a spirit team.
Yeah.
You know
Jarvis, he said you was a goon, man.
Jarvis is a goon, dog. He's a goon, man. In his own world, he's a goon.
So in the last time we talked, man, it was in the throes of COVID, and we still had a good time and all that, man. But some things have changed since that time, right? So talk to me about the changes that took place in your life, man.
Oh man, in my personal life,
Yeah.
since COVID. Oh shit! I done got married.
Oh, okay.
Something I said I would never do, but you know how that worked. You know how that worked, man. Never say never. I'm definitely a testimony to never say never. But I done got married. My daughter. If you follow me on Facebook or whatever the case may be, you already know the story with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been fighting for a minute for that. So I finally won that battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my daughter's living with me now. So a lot have changed. You know, I went from being about just me and just football to having like a whole family now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got a stepson, and that's something I always talked about too, was having a little homie that I could like teach the game, you know, what I know. You know what I'm saying?
How old is your stepson?
13.
He plays football?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect anything.
Yeah. My man Big Kai, he play football, man.
Okay.
He getting ready to play for Liberty. Because, you know, in fall kid, they don't got no middle school ball.
Oh.
So they let the 8th graders play freshman ball.
Oh.
So he getting ready to get his first taste of high school ball. So
he ready?
Yeah, I think he's ready.
Yeah.
I think he's ready. He's progressing. He's starting to take it serious again, so I think he's ready. You know what I mean?
It's challenging to, you know a lot, and this is what the flavor of a lot of our conversations are. And unfortunately, man, a lot of adults, they try to, since certain things happen to them in their life, they try to push that on the kids. You know what I'm saying? So if the kid don't have any passion, I don't care how much you try to push them. It ain't gonna work.
We talked about that before. That's why I tell people all the time, like, football is one of them sports where you either want it or you don't.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, what causes that misconception for real, in my opinion, is you can do that at the younger ages, right? 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9. Oh, no, you're going to play.
Yeah.
But once you hit that 10, 11, 12, and you put a kid on the field that don't really want to be there, that's, only there because he has to be, you put him on the field against another 10-year-old, 11-year-old that really love this game. And that's why I just told a kid this past weekend, like, you're at that age now where it's like you either love it or you don't.
Yeah.
You can't just like it once you hit that age group, because you're going to have those days. If you just like doing something, you're going to have them days where you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But if you love doing something, you're going to want to do it as much as you can.
You seem like the type of guy, right? I haven't been out there to watch you in action, but you seem like the type of guy that if the kid doesn't want to do it, I don't think you're going to force them to do it.
Nah.
But if they want to do it.
I'm all with it.
And they got the passion for it, you probably going to.
And what I do is, I'm going to be honest with you. So, like, if I see a kid that's got that high potential, right?
Yeah.
And I think I'm a pretty good judge of character when it comes to the football world. So, like, if you see a kid, you can tell if a kid love it or if he don't. But if I see a kid that has the potential to be very good, or has the potential to be one of those kids that get a free education, regardless of the division or the level, I'll pull him to the side and have a talk with him one-on-one and let him know just how good he could be. But once he shows me after that he don't care about that, oh, nah, I'm not going to force it. We ain't nothing for us to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's just they have different desires, man. And then if they don't want to be there, I just can't fathom being a coach for kids who only out there just because their parents made them come.
It is deep. Listen, man.
I'm sure that happens.
Parents, stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, I know we PG-13, so I'm, you know.
No, I got computer skills. I bleep it all out.
Oh, well, with that being said, parents, cut that shit out, man, because at the end of the day, like, this is what parents don't understand. When you forcing a kid to play a sport, right, though you're fulfilling your personal needs of that kid playing a sport, you're putting other kids and your kid in danger.
Yeah, for sure.
Because let's say, for instance, you got a kid we're going to say a lineman, right? And he don't want to play football. The parents making him play, right? Then he goes out there, and he's supposed to be blocking for a kid. But because he don't want to be out there, and he not feeling it at that moment, or he mad because mom didn't give him his gummy bears the day before, or whatever the case may be, now when the ball is snapped and he's sitting there like, shit, I ain't blocked what? I don't want to be here. When he does that now, little Johnny, who's been busting his ass and going in and out of these ladder drills, now when he takes the handoff, he's getting hit by 4 or 5 people, bro. So, like, you don't understand that when you force a kid to do a sport, you're putting other kids in danger, and that's not cool.
Speaking of which, right, I didn't get the chance to deal with this last time, right? I think I know what you're going to say, but what do we do as far as – there's real danger in football.
There's danger. Listen, there's danger in anything you do that involves contact, right?
Right.
There's danger, like really. Like if you're a carpenter, you're working with nail guns.
Mm-hmm.
There's a danger.
Yeah.
Every time you drop it, because we're going to keep it, we're not going to act. We've seen carpenters working on houses. They don't lay them down. They drop them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So every time you drop it, it's a danger of a nail getting fired off, right?
For sure.
Every time you come down your steps, there's a danger of you doing what? Socks and carpet slide. So again, everything we do is dangerous, right? You can't protect yourself. But with football, if it's taught correctly,
that's what I'm getting at.
That's
what I
correctly,
figured. See, that's why this guy's not this guy. If you think this guy's an idiot, this guy knows exactly what he's talking. He's running his mouth a lot.
Sometimes you got to play the fool to find the fool. That's what the old people see. I think like the old people, like my grandma, my grandfather, and them used to say some crazy shit when I was younger. I thought it was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, that shit makes sense. And sometimes you got to play the fool to find the fool.
Yeah. It appears to me though, some parents or some coaches, some of these adults are not out there with the best interests of the children at heart, right?
Well,
so because you could really
become selfish, bro.
Right.
Let's just keep it called.
Well, before we go there, right? I'm just making the point is that sometimes if you don't teach technique and you don't teach them the right way, these kids really gonna get hurt.
Oh, it's
unnecessarily.
It's not even a question.
Injuries happen, but
when you watch kids, like, there's nothing worse, right, than watching the kid run up to make a tackle and he just jumps chest first into the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than that.
And that's a failure on the part of the coach.
Horrible coach.
Yeah. You got to teach the technique.
But that's the coach but how you going to teach something you don't know? You can't teach what you don't know.
Well, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it.
You can't teach something you don't know. The problem is, listen, this is the thing, man. Let's keep this 100, right? You show me. I know for a fact there's a Glacier Clinic. I scream about this same shit all year, every year, right? There's a Glacier Clinic. Shout out to my man, Patrick Wade. There's a Glacier Clinic that comes to Dulles every year, okay? They don't say that it's just for high school coaches or college coaches. It's open to everybody. My man, Patrick, buys the coaches package every year,
right?
And he reaches out to all the coaches in the Culpeper Fall Care area that he knows, and he says, look, guys, I already got the package. It's unlimited coaches. Y'all want to go? What's up? So we go. You want me to tell you how many local coaches I see, rec level wise, at these camps?
Probably none.
0.
Right.
So how can you teach what you don't know?
Right.
And the thing is, the people within the small area that don't go outside the area, they don't know no better.
Yeah.
They don't know no better. So then, like I said, you get the kids. Like I said, you get the kids that the coaches is out there just to be out there, because they want their son, little Johnny, to have somewhere to play, or they want him to be the stud of the team. So they're just out there calling Madden plays or calling what they seen their favorite NFL team call. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They out there calling that, but they're not teaching the kids. They just calling plays. That's why I tell people it's a difference between a coach who teaches the game and a play caller.
So since we going there, let's go there.
I'm already there.
At what level are you talking about?
Well, name one. Name one.
Obviously, we're not talking about NFL. So, all right. So, I guess, and we probably not talking college per se.
No.
But the level that we can grasp right now.
High school and youth both.
High school and youth both.
We're not even going to talk about middle school. Middle school football is trash.
Okay.
You're going to get better football playing trash. I'm going to just keep it a band.
So okay, since we getting greasy with it, at some point I've seen people in your conversation. I don't say nothing because I'm not an authority on it, so I stay out of it. I saw somebody and I seen you dump on all of these guys. Some people are saying that travel ball is the downfall of youth football.
That is the dumbest. Listen,
you seen that, right?
Listen to me, man. Listen to me.
I don't know who the guy was, but I
seen
know
a high school coach say that.
Okay.
And then we wonder why that high school is struggling.
Okay. Do
Let's just
you
keep it
think
man.
he really believes that?
I think he absolutely believes that.
Okay.
But again, you making a statement like that.
Yeah.
Look at your roster.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers don't lie. Mm-hmm. Look at your roster, and let's keep it a band.
Right.
Your dogs come from travel sports.
They got to come from somewhere because they didn't just show up in ninth grade.
Your dogs come from. Listen,
They
I'm gonna say this again.
They don't just show up in high school.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Out.
Can we name some of the top, and from Prince William all the way down to Culpeper, when you name your top schools,
mm-hmm.
majority of those schools, and I'm saying it slow for folks that don't understand when I talk fast.
I'm not
majority
offended,
of your top schools have some type of feeder into that school that's coming from travel sports.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. A dweller was here yesterday, and he discussed this very same point.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Because your middle school ball is watered down. It's horrible. And I listen. You blame whoever is in charge of hiring the coaches. You're hiring a science teacher who's never stepped on the football realm to coach your football team.
Those are the exact words he used.
Does that
he said the same subject too. He said the science teacher or the history teacher.
Because what sense does it make?
Coach. Okay, yeah. So,
are you going to hire a plumber to come put your flooring down?
But let me ask you this though, playing devil's advocate, and I really want to know the answer to this. Is there or is there not some credence to what this coach talked about? And I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about are there some very bad travel coaches that are teaching wrong technique,
but
doing it for the wrong
They're
reasons?
Not. This is the problem, right? And this is what I'm seeing. Some of your best. You can't tell me that travel football is bad when I look at and I know I can use their name because I'm cool with Coach Durrell. You can't tell me travel football is bad when I watched a high school whose majority of their staff are travel coaches. Hold on, let me finish. Yeah. Not only are they travel coaches, majority of their roster is full of kids from their travel program, and they just beat everybody in their last season by 40 or better to go on and win states without breaking a sweat, and you're telling me that travel football is a problem? You can't tell me that.
The obvious answer is he wants to corner the market on who gets where.
But you can't.
No, I'm saying I'm sure that's what his.
And if that's the case, then you already worried about the wrong.
Yeah.
It is your job as the high school football coach to put the best product on the field and put that product in the best position to get a free education. It is not your job to control their destiny.
Yeah.
You are a GPS. Their parents drive the car.
Let me say you this, man. Mr. Jennings was here a couple years ago when he talked to me, right? And again, this brother made it to the NBA, and he's 5'8",
right,
or something like that, right? And he
quote
said
unquote undersized.
Right. So he made it to the NBA because he was preparing at the lower level to get to high school, to get to college, to get to the overseas market, to get to the NBA. So my point is, you can't just show up in ninth grade and get on the high school team and ball out.
Let's be honest, right? And and we didn't talk about this last time, but let's be honest, right? People want to keep having this rec league, and I get it. I see what a lot of the high school coaches are doing. I see it in Fauquier. I see it in Culpeper. I get it. I see it. A lot of high schools are trying to tie into the local rec leagues because they're getting the local kids. I dig all of that. That's cool. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Me and FYF have never been the greatest of friends, but I like what they're doing.
Who was that?
FYF, Fauquier Youth Football League.
Okay, got it.
Rose Bryant's got it to where now each high school is represented by a youth program and youth team in their area.
Makes sense.
So like Liberty High School,
that makes sense.
There's youth teams like 13U is Fauquier Eagles to match Liberty. Then they got another one for Kettle Run and another group for the Falcons. I like that. But it's weak.
Yeah.
It's watered down.
Okay.
People don't understand that the high school programs are only going to be as strong as their youth programs. Because that's what's feeding into the high school program. Right?
Makes sense.
Rec ball ain't it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Rec ball, meaning rec ball is
meaning local ball.
Anybody that wants to sign up can play.
It don't work that. You can't.
Yeah.
You're not. If you got a kid, right? If you show me a kid from the rec league that is dominant, and I've seen this happen. I've seen so many kids who run the ball and score 30 touchdowns in the local rec league, and then they get over to travel, and there's still, some of them are still good in defense, some of them are still good and decent, but not at that position.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that shit literally hits different.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, like, and that's what I try to explain to people. That's just like, especially in the local area, when have you seen a rec team really compete or even come close to competing with a true travel team? You can't.
So I mean, since you saying that, man, and I don't know, so I'm asking a very honest question. There's no rec leagues that can compete in our area, right? That doesn't exist.
CFA and AY and FYF compete on the UYFL or the AYF level.
Right.
Not gonna happen.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, that's the
not gonna happen.
Well,
not gonna listen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Conjecture.
I don't care what. No, they've tried it before.
Yeah. Right.
The outcome wasn't. The outcome was horrible.
Right.
The outcome was a Jason movie
with
Freddie playing the star.
He telling the truth.
The outcome was a Jason movie with Freddie playing a starring role, bro. And it's a fact. And that's not even taking no shots. It's just different. Think about it, bro. You're talking about travel. People don't understand this, man. And this is the part where I think they get it misconstrued. I'm not saying that the rec kids are trash. I'm not saying they're horrible. But you're taking the kid that's playing against, I don't care if we boxing right now. DJ Marvelous.
Yes, sir.
We know each other.
Yeah.
We see each other. We know each other. We respect each other. We're not going to take it but so far.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you box a motherfucker you don't know. You understand? And you hit him the
up.
wrong way.
Yeah.
That friendly boxing match just got serious.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with travel football. If you're playing in a rec league, right, and you're playing a kid that you see in school all the time that's your friend, you ain't going to go but so hard. You understand?
Yeah,
it's a game to you.
I feel you.
But when you step into that travel world and you're playing a team from a different county that don't know you, don't care about you, all they know is all week they were trained and coached to kick shit out you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a different world. And I'm not saying no kids go over to the travel league and succeed, because many do.
Yeah.
At one point, that's where most of the kids came from, right? The rec league.
I mean, it's kind of all they had at one point, though.
But it ain't like that no more, because now travel. And people used to say that, well, where you think the travel kids come from? Not no more.
Yeah.
You got kids. I got two of them on my chest.
Yeah, I was.
These is my guys, man. These is my little homies, man.
He's jumping the gun, man. I was gonna ask you with that, because look, this dude don't show up with nothing haphazard.
Listen, every move is a calculated step to bring me close.
That's why I rock with you.
You understand what I'm saying, baby? These is my guys, man. That is Young Chop and Baba, my homie Young Rue. I know y'all know. If you're in the music industry, you know Young Rue.
Which one is?
They his boys, man. Really? Yeah, the dogs.
Oh man, look, see, I done a couple shows with Rue.
So you listen,
yeah,
dogs,
yeah.
Man.
Look, he's now. I seen Rue. See, now we all over the place.
Listen,
Rue,
man.
I seen Rue in the club I DJ with. It was like 500 people in this joint. This cat turned him. He said, "Stop the music." He acapella freestyle for like 3-4 minutes, and the crowd was sitting there looking like he was Moses or something.
Listen. So as good as Rue,
Beast,
as good as he is with the music,
yeah.
His boys is just good in football.
See, man. See, now you gonna make me come out and
had
to see you, man.
You gotta hit him up. Listen, they are nice.
No, I'm hitting you up, man, because you gotta tell me where this is going down.
Listen, they play with PME. They play with my man Juwan Banks, man. They are nice.
This is.
But Bar's getting ready.
Nass's
This is travel. This is Woodbridge. But
okay, I got it.
So Bar's been playing up.
Mm-hmm.
So this year he playing down in his age group.
So no. So how old are they now?
Well, they not the same age.
Okay.
But they look just like, so they call them the twins.
Yeah, they look.
So
they look like twins.
Bob always plays up.
Okay.
This year, Bob playing in his age group, man. You gotta come see.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, man.
they scared of him. Some
'Cause
teams
if
don't
they
even
in-
want to let him play. I'm just saying.
If they're in a highly populated area like this and they're dominating like that,
They nasty, man.
they're gonna be somebody.
But so you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what separates travel and rec. And that's what people don't understand.
Look.
Because when you get into travel league, your better teams are full of your top dog players.
My son Rashid, he's on the he's over in my case over there, right?
Right.
My son he never really liked football.
Right.
So but I don't push my kids to do anything, except for get good grades in school, right?
I'm with you.
So Rashid goes and he played in Woodbridge when he was a kid, right? When he was like 9 or 10, I think. And it was funny, right? Basically, the rec league type of deal, right? So first day of school, first day of practice, kid hit him in the stomach, hit him in the chest, man, and then hit him in the stomach. He was on the ground wheezing, gasping for air. He ain't know nothing about football,
right?
You know what I'm saying? He just know that they played in the neighborhood and he wanted to go play, right?
Gotcha.
So, but this story's going somewhere. So they scrimmaged the travel team. And the travel team was like 3 years younger than them. They was little dudes, right?
Right.
They was wearing their ass out. It shit was unbelievable, man.
Because listen, man, when you go against, this is the thing, right? If you good and you go, like that phrase, iron sharpens iron, is real, bro.
Yeah, for real.
When you good and you going against kids that are possibly better, it's going to make you better if you love the game.
Yeah.
You being good, listen, you stand in a rec league and you scoring 30 touchdowns, 40 touchdowns. It's helping you.
It's not.
I've seen kids that, this is no lie, man. It's the honest God truth. I've coached kids who, when we play home games, they get off. Mm-hmm. But when we hit the road and we got going to some of these raggedy-ass places, some of these hood places, and you got to go into, for example, let me tell you something. And I'm not even going to say raggedy because they got some of the best fields, but when you got to go into some of these hood places, like the city, I don't care win, lose, draw, good, bad. When you go play in the city or you go play somewhere like Richmond and that environment, it's different.
Yeah.
That rec league stuff, that environment don't bother. Like, you see your parents who's on one team laughing and listen, it don't go down. It might go down on the travel level after the game, but during the game, no. It's intense. It's different over there, man. And every time anybody has taken a rec team, I don't care if it's a rec all-star team, anytime they stepped on the field with a true travel team that plays travel all year, this shit, 99, or I'm going to say 98, because you got rec leagues in some states because there is no travel. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So technically speaking, like their better teams is in the rec league because there is no travel.
Yeah, I feel you.
But in the DMV area, you're not going to show me a rec league team that's even going to step on the field and compete with a travel team. A true travel. When I say true travel, because you got some teams in the travel league they have no business in the travel world.
I mean, I believe just like this is America, right? So everybody got to hustle. So everybody trying to do their thing, and to use a Samson the bad guy quote. Some of these people are pimping their kids out, man.
Oh shit, some. Listen.
He ain't even take much liquor to get warmed up this time.
You want me to tell you how to spell pimp? N-I-L. That's how you spell pimp now. N-I-L is how you spell pimp now. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh. Anything you add money to, all of a sudden, everything changes.
Yeah, for sure.
So when they allow college players to get paid, you didn't think it was going to trickle down to the high school?
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if we're going to have our first disagreement, but I really ain't got no problem with them college kids getting paid.
I don't either.
Okay. All right. We ain't disagree.
Oh, we definitely ain't going to disagree. Listen, how am I going to have a problem with the person that's making the millions getting some of it?
Yeah.
How can I have a problem with that?
Yeah.
How can I have a problem with that?
You ever seen Arian Foster talk about how when he was in college, man, how he couldn't he would walk by the bookstore and he couldn't even afford the jersey that
was making that was on sale for $49.99.
See, you read the same book.
They get what I'm saying? Come on, man. So why can you be against that? But the problem is everything that's, listen, Football is football. My man Cody Williams used to say that shit, football is football. Big Zach used to say that shit, football is football. And that's the truth. So with that being said, football is football. So you don't think what's going on the pro level ain't going to trickle down to the college level? And when it hits the college level, it ain't going to trickle down to high school? And when it hits the high school, it ain't going to trickle down to the youth level?
Mm-hmm.
That's common sense, right? You would think, right? But does it not make
I feel
sense?
you, man. I feel you.
That would be common sense.
Yeah.
Now think about it. And we live in Virginia, the monkey see, monkey do state. Let's call it what it is. In Virginia right now, let's keep it a band. You got monkeys walking around Virginia right now wearing jumpsuits in 90-degree weather because they seen somebody in the city do it, bro. Let's keep it real, bro.
Yeah.
So you didn't think that when Merlin, and if you go back through my Facebook, people talking about him on Facebook all day long, you better pay attention. Did I not make a post when my man, the conductor from the DMV Knights, did I not make a post? When he made that post and said that Merlin was now allowing NIL deals in high school, did I make a post and say, if Virginia don't do the same, we'll lose a lot of talent to Merlin?
Yeah.
Virginia didn't have no choice. VHSL didn't have no choice but allow it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's common sense.
But you talked about all this years ago, and it's starting to come to fruition right now. But this is my next question, right? It appears to me that you've made a significant pivot towards media.
Correct.
The intersection of media and sports.
Right.
Can you talk about your transition?
It was basically as simple as, it was kind of forced, if I'm going to be honest with you. Because I always used to blog about the local high schools just to follow the local high schools. When that last class Liberty had that was undefeated, when they left Little League and went on to high school, I started to get more attached to the local high schools because I had a lot of kids playing high school ball. So I started blogging about the local high schools, Culpeper, Eastern View. Not so much Kettle Run because I really didn't know but like one kid over there for real.
Where's Kettle Run again?
So Kettle Run is between it's Vent Hill.
Oh, okay, got it.
They just could have been in Vent Hill, which I think fall kids should have been to school out in goddamn Marshall. But we not,
I understand.
We already know. But so like that's when I started just streaming the high school games, talking about the high school stuff that was going on in the local area. And then Jarvis got the job at Fall Kid.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I was streaming his first scrimmage. And my man Clint, who do his media down in North Carolina, he runs the PhD sports media group down there. He hit me up and was like, yo, you seem to know the area pretty good. So
he covers mostly North Carolina.
And he covers the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Tracking.
So he had seen it on Facebook, and he hit me up and was like, yo, you seem to know the area pretty good. Have you ever thought about getting paid for your services? I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? I'm coaching football. I didn't think about it. I'm just out here for my homie. You know what I mean? I'm out here watching Jarvis off the humbug because I just pulled the phone out of my pocket. So then he hooked me up with this dude named Wayne, and Wayne was an announcer, but he didn't have the live stream. So at the time, I was the one that had the live stream with all the gadgets and the
You got those
scoreboard.
kind of chops though. You could commentate. I kind of be paying attention,
Listen,
man, but
I'm
I
the
don't.
jack of all trades, the ace nine. The only thing I do well, listen, I'll be the first to admit it, man. The only thing I do well is I'm not even gonna say it's so much coaching because coaching is simple X's and O's. Anybody can really do that, and making adjustments is common sense.
Yeah, it's a science.
But I'm good at motivating.
That's science. But what you talking about is art. So go ahead.
So what I'm like for real, I'm the jack. I can do damn near anything and do it well once I get to doing it. But like the one thing I do real good is motivate people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my biggest. Like to me, that's the best thing. That's the thing I do the most is motivate people. You know what I mean? But so like with the media thing, it was just talking in front of the camera. You would have never been able to really get me in front of the camera for real like that if it wasn't for my niece Laura, my brother Tank's daughter.
Tank's daughter,
My brother Tank's daughter. It was so funny. I had just came home, and she was doing a TikTok, and I didn't know she was doing a TikTok.
What year was this?
This was 2018, 2019 maybe. So she was doing a TikTok. I bullshit you not. She was doing the TikTok, and I just happened to walk into the TikTok, and I said something. You know me talking shit. I said something slick, and then like All the people on TikTok was that. So once I started going in front of the camera on TikTok, like everything else became easy.
Yeah.
Off no bull. And then when I got in there announcing the games, you gotta think, Marvelous, I love music.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love music. I love football.
Yeah.
I love to have fun.
And
so you put all three of them together, it made the shit easy, man.
And you
think about it, right? They there to watch football.
Yeah.
You already got something in common. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Just pay attention. You just gotta pay attention and connect. Plus, the shit it's easy to me because it's fun. When you genuinely like doing something, it's easy, bro.
So what are you doing media wise? I see you bought some equipment.
Name it. I'm dead at. Listen, listen. This is the thing.
I know,
this is the thing,
but I'm
man.
trying to paint the picture for the
Puff
people.
Daddy said Puff and 50 said they don't get along, but they both said one thing in common, right?
Yeah.
You yourself are a brand. Marvelous, you know this.
Yeah.
Hit the deck.
That's why it's up.
That's you, right? Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So
you get it.
Black market.
You get it.
Black market is what hit the deck. Everybody and their mama know that.
Yeah.
But black market is a brand.
Yeah, no doubt about
You
it.
follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you got and this is what I try to tell people, and you see me say it on Facebook all the time, man. If you yourself as a brand can make income multiple different ways, shout out to Anthony Pool's Acquisitions. You see I'm doing all these plugs. They're going to pay me later. You see I'm doing all these plugs. I want all that back. When I call for a favor, listen, I need this.
Hey, look.
But shout out to Pool, man. Pool taught me like 2-3 years ago. You don't have to have that one major income if you get 4 or 5.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me
I'm just saying.
let me tell you something. I want the long money.
Listen, man.
and
dude
look,
tried to say I was getting jobs. So like I'm in VA. But the city dudes, TJ, another plug, TJ.
That's another story. But
listen, I'm getting, you know how it is, right? So dude trying to say like the only reason he tells somebody else, of course he don't tell me, you know how that works. But he tells somebody else the only way he getting this and he getting that is because no, I'm not under nothing, bro. See, the problem is you get a lot of people in business that don't know business.
That's a fact.
I'm thinking long term. If I can set up a situation where you gonna book me every event that you got, then why am I gonna smack you in your head for this one event?
See what I'm saying?
It makes no sense.
Long money.
Long money.
Yeah.
And now we done built a relationship. See, think about it. If you notice, I changed it from local locker room media to local locker room network. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm way ahead of you.
You understand?
I ain't never said this, but I'm watching.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did that for a reason because the purpose is in order for the local locker room to grow, I got a network. So like right now, I got people that, Darlis, D-Max Sports, one of the biggest sports joints on the East Coast. It's nothing for Darlis last year to hit me up and say, hey, I got an event. Or, hey, I need you to play my ads and my promos. You understand what I'm saying? That's networking, bro. Because that led to me doing the live stream for the BTS Championships up in Jersey, bro. Look at them Culpepper. You can't be scared. See, I'm listening. This is the thing, right? I wasn't expected to be nothing.
Yeah.
So when you're not expected to be nothing, it's like a backup quarterback. You're the backup quarterback. You're not expected to do nothing anyway. So when you come off the bench, you get in the game, you're just playing.
Yeah.
You're having fun. So like when you've heard, because you know, man, I ain't gonna stunt, I was a badass kid.
Yeah.
So when you hearing, you ain't gonna be this, you ain't gonna be that, you ain't gonna be this, you ain't gonna be that, failure don't scare you.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
You get what I'm saying? What, they gonna not like you? So?
Yeah.
Who gives a, man, listen, I was gonna wear the other shirt. Cause who cares, man? And that's the problem. Like so many people, dog. Even, and it's crazy because on the media side, you see a different world, right? So like as a coach, I wasn't talking the same way because I didn't see it from the outside. When you in the eye of the hurricane, you don't see everything getting tore the hell up on the outside. You in the eye of the hurricane. You see what you see. You see what's going on around you. So like when I stepped over into the media world, I got to see some other shit.
Yeah.
And that's the problem for real in youth sports. It's a failure, dog.
Yeah.
Some people stay in a bad situation because they already know it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
If they leave, they start new. So now if new don't work, they done failed, and they scared of that, and it makes no sense to me. Like my goal now is the SAA, which is the Student Athletes Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do is offer more than just sports. So I've reached out to some of the coaches in the area, and they all locked in, of course. But I've also reached out to like some trainers. One of my former players, Dalton, has become like a nutrition specialist.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him. So
that's
like,
something that we were so lacking, man,
right.
when we were growing
So
up.
I've reached out to him. He's getting involved to help parents get an understanding of, the difference in the body shapes and the body masses, and the different diets that your body might need based off of what your plans are.
Right.
I've reached out to some of the best teachers. Yvette, one of Culpeper's top teachers for the past 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah, but you know her last name?
Yvette Thompson.
Okay.
Holly Sharp out in Fall Kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to some of the top teachers that I know in different counties and different areas, so that any kids that need tutoring, their parents can contact us.
Yeah.
And we can link them up. I'm not going to teach you, but I can put you with the right people.
Yeah.
So these teachers, because these are teachers that want to help.
Mm-hmm.
So parents that need tutoring. I've also reached out to some mental health places and some suicidal places. So we want to offer, we want to build the total student athlete.
What gave you the presence of mind to include disciplines such as mental health awareness? What gave you the presence of mind?
I suffered from it.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit?
So, I've never
You ain't got to give me all your business.
Even as a kid, I don't give a transparent as hell. I don't give a even as a kid, I had a whole lot of, anger with me, right?
Yeah.
I used to like to fight, shit like that. So, the problem was, I had a lot of anger that I had built up in myself. And then I found a way to release that anger, right, which was football.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start playing football until my freshman year in high school. I didn't even care about football, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So once I realized I could release that anger through football, I fell in love with the sport of football.
Right.
Then I blew my knee out. I went to Richmond to play some arena ball and some semi-pro, and I blew my knee out. So I didn't have football no more. So I fell back into that depression. And for the longest, I didn't realize it was depression. I just thought I was, upset because I couldn't play football. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of other things that had pissed me off, you know what I'm saying, that I was holding in, had started to bubble again. Mm-hmm. And then from there, my life was just like a downhill, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that's when I noticed, actually I went in 2010, I finally went to see a specialist up here at the behavioral clinic in Warrenton.
Without putting all your business in the street, can you discuss a little bit of that? Because I'm a war veteran.
Right.
And I've experienced trauma in my life. I experienced the same trauma we experienced when we were young.
Right.
A lot of us experienced when we were young.
Correct.
But in a compounded perspective, I've experienced that also from combat.
Right.
Can you talk to the people who are watching about your experience? Without, like I said, you don't got to put your business in the street, but can you talk to us about going to see a counselor and what that experience was like?
Well, that was the hardest thing for me because I have been through some other situations that caused me to have major trust issues.
Right.
Not just trust as far as relationship-wise, but just friendship-wise, business-wise, who really give a who don't. You know what I mean? Because at one point in my life, I was homeless. You get what I'm saying? So
really?
I didn't have nobody.
Really?
I didn't done that whole sleeping in the hotel lobby, sleeping in the parking deck. I didn't done that. You get what I'm saying? Because I had burned so many bridges.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't know I was homeless because I still carried myself like I was good. You get what I'm saying?
Black people.
Listen, you're not going to know my struggle.
Black people.
And at the time, I didn't trust nobody.
Yeah.
So nobody literally knew. You know what I mean? So, all of that started to take its toll. Mm-hmm. So, what caused my depression and my issues the most was, survival, having to survive all the time. You know what I mean? Feeling like every day you fighting. And it started to take its toll. Then I started doubting myself. And then I lost faith. Mm-hmm. And that's when everything went downhill.
Facts.
I'm just going to keep it banned with you. When I lost faith, that's when everything went downhill. And then I entered this space of darkness.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I am totally I totally understand
And
where
it's
you're
like,
going.
and it's weird because it's like it got to the point where I'd be in a room full of people. I could be in a stadium full of people. And when I would turn the mic off, you get what I'm saying? It was like, all right, this is what it is. Then I turn the mic on and I'm good again. I turn the mic off.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it was like,
it's suppressing a lot of hurt and anguish and anger and anxiety.
and then I stopped giving a fuck.
That's the end result.
But off no bull, when I stopped caring, bro, that's when everything started coming back together.
Yeah.
I stopped caring and I regained my faith.
Yeah, facts.
You understand what I'm saying? I stopped caring what man was saying and I regained my faith in God, and then everything else just started falling in place.
You not soft at all, but for a man
I am.
who's done,
I am. Let him think I am. Let him think I am. I want him to think I am. I'm soft as grandma's sofa cushions. I swear on everything I am, baby.
A guy who been through the things you've been through, to say that God, Allah, Yahweh, whoever, whatever you call him,
whatever name you want to put on it,
because it's the same. It's the
Right.
same God, man. For you to understand that, I think not admitting that you need some help is really what we talking about here.
Right.
A lot of people won't admit, and they just fight it. They too tough to.
Pride,
they too tight.
bro.
Yeah, man.
You know, pride is the biggest killer of all men.
For sure.
Dead ass, bro.
I'm here.
Like pride, bro. Pride is crazy.
Yeah.
Pride will kill you.
So anyway, the pride fell apart. I'm saying, the walls came down and you saw some help.
Yes. I had to go figure out if it was somebody else. Because I was the type of guy that always pointed the finger at somebody else.
I sat in my counselor's office in 2007. I sat in my counselor's office, right, and I realized that I couldn't do it by myself. And she sat there and she told me, she said, look at you. You gonna be all right. But this is exactly what my counselor told me. She said, stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Miss Harris, I'll never forget it. Miss Harris, bro. I'm sitting in the joint.
How have we never had this conversation?
And I go in there and I'm on some like, it can't be me.
Yeah.
My pops is like, boy, your attitude sucks. My mom's is like, what is wrong with you? My brothers is like, we don't even want to deal with you. Like, you just, my man Biggs, he's like, man, I'm a rock with you, but you tripping.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go in there and figure out if it was me or if it was everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when and it was crazy, my pop said that to me. He was like, it can't be everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, you need help. It can't be everybody else. So when I first went in there, I was on some like, I don't even know you. Like, I'm only here because everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm only here because everybody say I'm tripping.
Yeah.
And, the courts is on some, like, you got to do something. So I go in there and she's sitting there and she's listening. She's asking me questions and then I'm answering with a little bit of attitude. And she starts to break through. And then finally she was just like, your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's exactly how she said it. Like, I'll never forget it. She was like, your
Ain't
problem. Because my first reaction was like, what?
Usually the people, look, if you was on the street and somebody said some shit like that to you, you ready to knock their head off.
Listen.
But somehow those doctors understand all of this.
And she said it, bro. She was like, your problem. And at first I was like, you don't even know me like that. And then she was like, right. So I'm going based off of what you said. So I'm going based off of what you said is what she said to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when she said that, I'm like, damn, she don't know me. So she can only go based off of what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So like after that, and it's crazy because I never went back.
Really?
It was just the reality check that I needed that it was me. Yeah. So when I say I didn't go back, I surrounded myself with the total opposite of a yes man. Like my brother Tank is the total opposite of a yes man.
Don't say.
My brother Lenny, total opposite of a yes man. Biggs, total opposite of a yes man. They'll tell me in a heartbeat, you tripping. So like I surrounded myself with guys like that. And then that was you know what I'm saying? Like if I needed to release or I had a doubt or I would talk to them because I know they not yes men. You know what I'm saying? So That was my counseling group.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
That's powerful, man. And it take a real man to come out and say the things that you've just said over the last 5 to 10 minutes,
I'm
man.
transparent as shit.
Yeah, it's important, man, because unfortunately, shit should be going wrong with our young men, and they don't even understand why they acting the way they acting.
No clue, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at like dudes like Antonio Brown, right?
Right.
Dez Bryant. What's the pivot guy? Brandon Marshall. I don't think Brandon Marshall came on the net and realized, yeah, I'm tripping. I gotta figure this out.
And that's the key, man. Like you really gotta hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
You can't blame you can't I had to learn that life literally the phrases that we hear that we just take as old people phrases is real.
Yeah.
Life really is what you make it. It's your life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I see people complain about shit oh, I hate my job, that is your choice.
Yeah.
You don't like it, fix it.
Yeah. Before we start talking about mental health.
Right.
And bless you, man, for bringing that up, man, because that is very important.
It's extremely important.
And I've told
Think
a
about
lot
the pressures
guys,
of recruiting.
Yeah.
When a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think about that, dog.
Let me ask you this. Personally, on one hand, I think Ja Morant is a lunchbox. Secondly, though, it's not a lot of people in the world can say that they're one of the most famous basketball players on earth.
As a youngin'.
And he's a kid.
With no leadership in the locker room.
No leader. He the
or
leader.
in his
he the leader.
Listen. Right. He got the whole locker room listening to NBA Youngboy. It's a nigga in the locker room 55.
Yeah.
With skinny jeans on. Listening to NBA Youngboy. Listen, this is the thing though, right? I get it. He's in the NBA, right? But you do something dumb.
He's a kid. But
He's a kid.
But they're going to do you like you're an adult, man.
But this is the thing, though. You are an adult.
Yeah.
You're just a young adult.
Yeah.
Right? And so, okay, you didn't know, you got in trouble the first time.
Yeah.
And then you see people saying, well, it ain't illegal. Okay, cool, it ain't illegal. But if it can cost you millions, why would you do it?
You need to chill out.
And that's the part that a lot of people not looking at.
I wonder if anybody has told him, hey, man, chill, man.
Listen, his dumbass daddy ain't even thinking about it.
You wildin', son.
But the thing is, this is the thing, though. All you have to do, whether it's legal or not, if it's costing you millions, let me tell you something, man. My pops has never, once I became, in his mind, grown, once I became grown, which was at a young age, once I became grown, he never told me what to do.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But if I was doing something stupid that was affecting my betterment, he would tell me that it was stupid. If I'm out here making millions.
Hundreds of millions.
You feel me? After he done broke his back all his life to take care of me. And I go.
Your grandmother.
Listen.
Your great-grandmother.
And I go do something to mess that up or make that. Set your dumb ass down and dribble a basketball.
Right.
We know you come from a good. Listen. If somebody had told me,
and he not gangster.
Listen, man.
And he not even gangster.
If somebody had sat down and told me, listen, that's another thing. You youngins out there, bro, gangsters don't want to be gangsters, bro.
Hell no.
Gangsters don't want to be gangsters. I lived the lifestyle I lived because I had got my back a wall. Like I said, I was homeless. I had to do something. So that's why I did what I did. I got on my hustle. It is what it is. But I promise you, nobody in the streets, nobody hustling, nobody being a gangster wants to do that shit forever. So all you people that come from these good families and these good homes, including my dumb ass self, set your dumb asses down, bro. Take advantage of the fact that your mom and dad worked their ass off, so you didn't have to go through that life. And that's what I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta say that's the thing that pisses me off with Morant is I know he had the good life.
Yeah.
And you wait until you get benefits from that good life to want to be a bad guy. Why?
Yeah. It's not, I don't know how to say this, but it's not tempered with, reality. And that is, calm down, man. You're not being a punk if you just
be you.
Just calm down a little bit.
You're a basketball player.
Yeah.
That's what you get paid. You get paid millions to play basketball.
Yeah.
That's what you get paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get paid millions to be the imitator of whatever rapper you listening to that day in the car.
Man. He wildin'.
But again, he's a young man with a lot of money surrounded by young men with no money.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's not forget that part.
Yeah. See, I saw some podcaster or some personality discuss his friends might not be the problem. He might be the problem.
Nah, because the thing again, well, it depends.
You look at
see, my friends are gonna tell me. Listen, let me say something. This is no lie.
If you really grew up in the hood,
if I get in trouble the first time,
your hood friends will tell you, hold
tripping.
up, cuz you tripping, man. You messing the bag up.
I got the media thing jumping, right?
Yeah.
If I go out here right now and move a pack,
yeah,
and any one of my brothers found out I did that, you stupid. What's wrong with you? You dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Dog, every single one of them.
Yeah. For sure.
You understand what I'm saying? He don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna know why?
Yeah.
Do we ever know the person he's with?
I feel you.
Do we ever know the person he's with?
Hell no.
So they're not gonna tell him that.
Yeah.
They happy as hell. Everybody's always saying, "Oh, you got Brayman's homeboy for pulling out the camera." His homeboy is a nobody.
Yeah.
Why is he not gonna pull out the camera and show everybody that he's with John Moran?
I agree.
But that's what happens when you don't bring your team along, right? So like me, and I'm not afraid to admit that I stole it from a youngin', LeBron.
See,
LeBron brought his whole team.
That's exactly where I was going.
LeBron brought his whole team along, right? So when you bring your whole team along, marvelous, and they know that you, again, it goes back to the old saying,
you the breadwinner.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
So if you go back, if you think about it, if you bring your whole team along and they know that they all is benefiting from that success, they're not going to let you do that dumb shit.
Nah. I say all the time, man, it be bothering me how people just be shitting on LeBron. But LeBron took a bunch of hood dudes
and
put
said,
them
listen,
together and said, look,
I
man.
made it. I'm not going to leave y'all. I don't want to read that you got shot, you got hit by a car, you got busted.
Them dudes don't never be in no bullshit, do they?
Never. And they not going to let him be in none.
Nah.
Everybody talks about how great of a person he is. And granted, he has no blemishes on his public record, I should say.
Right.
He has no blemishes, no affairs, none of that. But that's because his homeboys, one of which is his agent, it's like, listen, bro, you fuck this up, our home life going to be fucked up too because we connected to you, bro.
Yeah. So as we move on, right, Jarvis calls you tomorrow and Jarvis wants you to help him engage in some dumb shit. What you gonna tell him?
No. Why? You just got where you needed to go.
Right.
Now, if we got to take
I'm being very blunt about
this is the kicker, right? If it's already gone there, because me and Jarvis have had these conversations, right? If it's already gone there to where it's not an option and we got to go, that's little bro, we going.
I ain't talking about the obvious thing. But
okay.
I'm saying, say Jarvis call you up and Jarvis wanna he wanna go rob somebody.
No, hell no. If you don't set your little
Tell me how this conversation gonna go.
Is you smoking? Is you serious?
Right.
For what? What you need?
Now, obviously, Jarvis is not gonna call you for that.
Nah, because he know better.
Yeah.
He already know what type of conversation that's gonna be. And that's the thing, like, not even just him. Like, even if it's a good thing, it don't even got to be nothing bad, bro. When Jarvis called me and he was going between, making the decision of the coaching thing with how school he wanted to be to, even then with something good like that, I'm not going to tell him what to do because he's a grown man. And I say he a grown man in the sense of you can't tell me Jarvis ain't grown when I've watched him go through grown man shit as a kid. You get what I'm saying? So, like with Jarvis when he was going through his thing with the school, like I told him, like, know your worth. You know you better than anybody.
So what's Jarvis doing, man?
Right now he's at the university down in Lynchburg where he's coaching at, man. He's coaching on the college level.
Hey, that's some shit.
And remember we sitting here in the last interview.
No doubt.
We sitting here in the last interview, and I said, in 3 or 4 years, he's going to be either coaching on the college level or he's going to be a high school head coach.
You said that. I
Because
got to
he's
put a
good. He
flashback
knows
on
what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
He's
He
been
knows
raised
the
right,
game.
man.
And that's the thing. Like he lives on. So in our circle, there's certain standards we live on.
Mm-hmm.
FOE, family over everything,
Mm-hmm.
and LOA, loyalty over all.
Right.
When you live on them type of standards, you're gonna be a stand-up person, right? Real, recognize real, right? So that's why Jarvis is able to go wherever he needs to go, and he can adapt, and he can. We took Jarvis with us on a trip, and I seen the whole college thing coming because when we took those kids to Maryland, University of Maryland last year, Jarvis, soon as we hit the field, as soon as we got through the little tour thing and we hit the field, Jarvis wasn't just out there watching. Jarvis was tapping coaches on the shoulder. What's this? What's that? You know, he was talking to the offensive coordinator. How do I get on the college level?
Yeah.
And I'm watching this from a distance because the thing is, I'm not going to walk over there, oh, Jarvis, what you talking about? No, I'm going to let him work.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing because he knows his worth. So if coaching on the college levels was what he wanted to do, I'm going to let him do his thing to get there. And now he's there. So, like, I'm very proud of him, man. I'm very proud of him.
Man.
There's a couple dumbasses that had him back here, a couple dummies that didn't want to listen to him.
Hey, man, sometimes it's okay to be around people who are not really good.
Right.
To actually learn what not to do.
Correct.
So it's okay. I mean, he's a very smart kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He done been through some shit.
And he got a good heart.
Listen, he done been through some shit that, in all honesty, like, there's some grown men that would have folded.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Again, man.
Picture mom telling you can't DJ.
And that ain't happening.
Yep. You get what I'm saying? Now, picture being physically unable to DJ.
Yeah.
So this man loves football, but physically he just, in his high school life, it was taken from him.
You know what I'm always amazed by this young brother, man, is he was coaching at the high school level. I thought that was a big deal. Last time y'all was here, he was saying he was going to become a high school football coach,
yes.
right? Now he's going to be a college coach,
Yes.
right? And look, one of the most it got thousands of views. He was discussing about how he had a device implanted in his chest.
It just went and got it charged up. It just went and got a new battery. Like,
you know what I'm saying? He got a thing in his heart, in his chest, to shock him back to life. And now this dude is coaching at the college level. Come on, man.
Listen, listen. He's been gone through some shit in life that most men would have said they'd have folded up.
For sure, man.
They'd have folded up, bro.
Yeah.
They would have folded up, bro.
Right.
And here he is. He stays on his grind, man. He stays on his grind.
So big shout out to Jarvis, man. Much love, man. Him, I'm blessed to meet you, and blessed to meet his big brother Tank.
Right.
The Tanks, they just come from every direction, man. But his big brother, man, I love all them guys, man, and I love seeing young brothers just doing their thing.
Doing their thing, bro.
Yeah, man. So for you though, my brother, where we going with the media thing? Media and coaching.
Everything, bro.
See,
so the coaching
that's a
thing,
cliche discussion. That's a cliche answer.
The coaching thing for real is like people laugh, but it's really like a practice coach.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that, like, I'm that coach. Like, you ain't even got to be in my org. There's a lot of coaches in a lot of orgs that I talk to on a regular basis and help with, things like that. Not even just in youth, man. On the private high school, there's coaches that call me up. We talk football.
They still call you, but look, they won't come on. They won't get on the net and talk about.
No, hell no. They don't want to talk about. Listen, and that's the thing, right? It's so funny, man, because I made a post about it and everything. People think I be just talking shit, but I got the receipts. I'm just not that type of guy to be posting my, personal private messages with people. But the thing is, like, when I tell people, when I say the people that you call on for suggestions, literally be talking to me about those suggestions, like I'm not just talking shit. Because I got that respect. The thing is, it's like you said, and this is real shit, I don't get the respect I get in the youth world because I won a lot of championships. Mm-hmm. I've won some, But that's not why. Like, I get respect from national championship coaches and coaches that are on a high level because, like you said, the time I've put in, the knowledge of the game. When I speak, I know what I'm talking about. If I speak on freedom, I know what I'm saying about freedom. Because if I wanted to call Daryl right now sitting on this live stream, I can call him and talk to him about some shit.
Again, man, who's Daryl?
Daryl is, and it's so funny. So Daryl Overton is the head coach for Freedom High School.
Okay, that's 4K, right?
No, in Prince William County.
Prince William County, big guy.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't just socialize. What's weird is I have a better relationship with coaches in other counties than I do in the counties right here, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. But he coaches at Freedom. They just won states this past year. Wasn't even close. But he also runs the organization out with Bridge called.
Hold on. I saw in the Washington Post who beat the team.
112. That be him, baby.
Hey, look. I ain't too drunk.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that. I don't think we talked about this.
No.
But I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that in the Washington Post.
But he has the structure. And it's going to be some people that's going to hate hearing me say this. It really is.
This
it's
shit's crazy, man.
It's going to listen. It's going to be some people that's going to hate hearing me say this. It's going to be some that say fake love. I don't get – me and Daryl, literally, like I just said, if I wanted to call him right now, I could. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's his structure.
Mm-hmm.
Everything successful has a strong foundation and structure.
That's a fact.
He has a youth program.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
People can get mad, they can get hate, they can say what they want. But we like, I troll on Facebook and talk my shit, but he has a youth program that's strong.
Yeah.
And this is what like a lot of parents don't like it when I do shit like that. Some coaches don't like it when I do shit like that. But you got to understand that it's when we do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody knows youth football is about the kids. A dumb motherfucker know that. It says youth football. So everybody knows it's about the kids. But as coaches, if you're not having fun, how your kids gonna have fun?
Yeah, for sure.
If you a coach and you always being serious and we here for football, your kids gonna be the same way. They're not gonna have fun. So you gotta make it to where the coaches have fun. Like I throw shots at a lot of guys on there, but them guys know that we can pick up the phone.
Some of them dudes ain't feeling what you talking about.
I don't give a damn. I don't care.
Why
man.
you think that is?
Because I didn't bring my shirt because I had to rock with the homies.
What is that?
Fuck them people. Like, listen, for real though. Listen, I had to understand that, bro. Like, for real. I don't care. Listen, because this is my thing, right? The fact that you get upset over what I say is just a sign that you respect what I say, because it wouldn't bother you if it wasn't the truth.
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
Right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother you if it wasn't the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You see me say it on Facebook all the time. If you don't care what I say, why are you speaking on it at all? The first year I really got into this media joint, I was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Jersey, New York, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
Lafayette, Louisiana. I had never been to Louisiana in my life. Never hot as a mother. Hot.
Yes, indeed.
Bro, we down there the 4th of July. Hot, but hot.
Cut that part out.
Real hot.
Yeah.
So, and though I was having fun going to all these different states, right? Tennessee, all that shit. Though I was having fun going to all these different states, I was watching kids that I didn't even know like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm traveling. I'm on the road hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
So at the start of this year, after that, actually last year, after going through that ice storm, I told my brother Biggs, I said, look, man, for real, I'd rather stay in the DMV.
Yeah.
Our people gonna pay us the same thing.
Yep.
We still gonna be able to live good off of it. And we can get to see kids that we know.
Mm-hmm.
We can get the spotlight kids that we know.
You can nurture them.
We can get the support. Not even just the kids. We get to support the local brands, man.
Yeah.
Like Shaping Futures. They got it's a program out in the city. They booked me for a lot of their events. You know what I'm saying? Dinkins Tournaments, Antonio Dinkins, I'm sure you know. His joint, Dinkins Tournaments LLC. So I was like, bro, I can stay local and work with my own people in the DMV. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, like, honestly speaking, this past year, that's what majority of my work has been, and it allows me to get to know the parents and the kids in this area. Like, it's just better, man. It's just I love being.
Ain't nothing
local.
wrong with that, man.
I love being local, bro.
Because again, the analogy that I use, Mr. Jennings,
Right,
discussed how on his dirt basketball court, raggedy basketball hoop, he shot 300 jumpers before school, and he made it to the NBA.
right.
So to me, that's all I got to hit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
no, you can be. This is the thing. Like, I will say this: I didn't get the love in VA until I started getting into the city.
That's how I go.
Like, once I started getting in other spaces, and then DC and Maryland, my man TJ Freeland hit me up for some city life stuff, and then like I said, my man Al, my man Rambo would hit me up for some stuff for Shaping Futures. Then Coach Bird started hitting me up for stuff for Maryland Heat, and then Chris hit me up with the Hammers joint where I do all of their major events. So now I was like, bro, we don't have to, like, people's around here, fuck. And then back to Durrell. Durrell has booked me for some events. Jeff booked me some. So, like, the local guys, like, they rock with me. So I was just like, you know what, dog? I would rather stay local, meaning DMV. Now, AYF, which is one of the bigger, what's the name?
What's
and
AYF?
So AYF is the American Youth Football League. They're National Football League.
Right, okay.
And UIFL. So, like, Craig and Magic, the guys from those leagues, the big wigs from those leagues, I have a relationship with them, too. So, like, my reach reaches, but I do like staying, like, I like working in the city. I like working at the Fredericksburg Fieldhouse. Like, I like working places like that because it's a familiar feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So in closing, what is your assessment of what direction we're going as far as youth football?
Are we back?
Yeah.
We back. Listen, COVID.
What's the kid from Falkhead, man? This place
Matt,
in Michigan.
you mean Blake? My cousin Blake.
Blake, what's his name?
Blake Corn.
Blake Corn.
Blake Corn.
He's a Heisman Trophy finalist.
Listen, he
right?
should have. If it won't
Did he?
from that.
What did he play growing up?
Oh, he's always been a running back.
No. Was he playing travel ball?
He elevated though.
Was he playing travel ball?
So he was the blueprint, bro. And that's what I try to tell people. And I get it. That's your cousin, whoop-de-whoop. I get it. But he was in rec league. I wasn't even coaching. I was refereeing at the time.
Yeah.
He was dominating. So then I did start coaching on the travel level, and I would do camps. He came to my first camp. He was one of the best kids out there, no matter what age group. So when everybody was talking about him dominating in the rec league, he went on to the travel. Oh, well, yeah, that's just local travel. They ain't that good.
But
so he went on to
I
Manassas.
assume you saying he dominated
He
in the
dominated everywhere, and I swear to it, I'm not just saying this. Go do your history. Everywhere Blake Corn has played football, he went in as the new guy and left the guy.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Small town Virginia.
Small town. He fresh out of Fauquier County.
And he's a finalist as a Heisman Trophy.
And I say it again. When he picked Michigan, everybody said they already have backs.
That happens a lot, though. There's a lot of guys who dominate and they go to these leagues and they kind of just jive because the
he
talent
has
level,
what you call a phenomenal work ethic.
Evidently.
And that's what a lot of the kids nowadays are missing. Football, since COVID, I can say that right now, in the DMV, youth football is getting back to that strength.
That's good to hear, man. I mean, because again, like I said,
now we gotta get these high schools straight.
We could talk about this stuff all night, but it appears that there's some glimmers of hope, and
it is. It's a lot, man.
People in positions of authority sporadically listen to to the sentiment that you're putting out. Some people listening, so which is a good thing.
I can say this in all honesty, more are starting to listen because what's happening is
not the minority is the travel football
it's the minority now. Remember travel football back in the day? Nobody liked it.
No, what'd he say?
He said, so this is what he's – and then the kicker is if you believe in what you say, what you take it down for.
Oh, he took it down? So I ain't see that part.
You gotta. How you keep it up when all your dogs come from that?
There's a lot of people who's just running their mouth.
To say that travel sports and 7-on-7, to say that travel sports –
that's what he said.
quote unquote, travel football, 7v7, and AAU are the worst thing created for youth sports.
Yeah. You couldn't do it.
Absolute dumbest shit I've ever heard a high school coach come out of their mouth and say.
I don't even got to ask, but what school did he coach for?
He coaches for Eastern View.
Eastern View coach said that?
When majority of your team.
Oh, see, man.
Let's think about this.
I've sponsored Eastern View kids.
But this is what a lot of people don't. This is what a lot of people don't. I know you have because you've sponsored my travel team, and majority of their JV team is our travel kids.
Right. Damn.
So your whole future. Think about that. The team me and Biggs coached in tournament teams from the time they were 9 until they were 14. The JV team you had last year that was giving everybody hell, putting up big numbers. All those kids. Jaheim Fry.
You know what I mean? You know what kind of numbers I'm gonna do out of this?
Listen, but it's a fact. It's the truth.
That's for sure, though.
Do your check. Listen, let's not even talk about the JV team. Okay? You said 7-on-7. Yeah. Right? Your dogs, your skill guys that are dogs are 7-on-7 kids.
Right.
Listen, one of the most dominant kids in the Culpeper Fall Care, Orange, Madison, whatever you want to call it. Your most dominant player played travel ball his entire life, almost. I think he played like 2-3 years of rec ball, and then he went to travel ball. You say that it's not that. Then you say AAU. How can you say that? When you have a coach that's been successful as AAU, coaching basketball at Eastern View.
Right.
Why would you make a comment like that? Scooter Pollard loves AAU basketball.
I mean, it's clearly he's just talking out his ass.
But this is the thing, right? Even if you feel that way, know your area.
Yeah, well, he's clearly.
You're in an area that lives off of AAU. You're in an area that lives off of AAU.
Yeah.
7-on-7.
Samson, the bad guy. Look, man, we ain't gonna be talking. I ain't gonna talk to your ass all that. So look, man. Again, one more time, reiterate for the people. How can they get in touch with you?
Facebook, man. It's the quickest way to get in touch with me.
You got some social media shit popping.
I got all kind of social media.
So how do they get on you? How do they get on your line, man?
So on Facebook is Coach Samson T. Fields.
Okay.
On Instagram it's Local Locker Room Network.
I see this shit every day.
On Twitter it's Local Locker Room Network or at Samson the Boss One. You know I'm doing the cyber DJ thing now. I'm fucking them up on Big O.
Hey, look!
I told you everything.
I'm worried about my future,
No. I'm a cyber guy, man. I ain't no real life. Listen, I don't like people like that. For real, we're gonna keep it a band. Nah, listen. But yeah, I just
crazy, man.
The quickest way for real is Facebook, man. Like with the SAA thing, I'm really gonna start spotlighting like local kids. I know my man Travis got something big. Travis Kilby got something big getting ready to pop off. He tired of BS, so he got something getting ready to pop off. I'm getting ready to help him with. But it's his fault. Because I try to tell people. The thing is, they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
See, people, this is the thing, right? Trying to prove somebody wrong that don't care if they wrong is a waste of time. So, like, if I tell you something, it's because that's the way I see it. That's my opinion based on. I'm not saying I'm right. This is just the way I see it. Whether you listen or not is your choice. But understand, I'm the type of individual that if you don't listen, and I was right, I told you so.
2 nights in a row.
Dog.
Last night, I had a Dweller Dogs.
My guy.
Talk that shit.
Listen.
Tonight, on the pro level and semi-pro level, tonight I had on the youth level, my man Samson Fields.
If you don't like what I say, prove me wrong, bro.
Nah, again, like I said, when I say you are very passionate about what you believe in, I don't think
bro, she'll tell you, dog. My daughter will tell you, my wife will tell you, I literally will dig to make sure that I'm at least 70, 75, 85% sure what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the coaches be like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. They have no idea, Listen, bro. If I was as petty as people think I am, my whole timeline would just be screenshots with the caption, "I told you so." You already
Hey, look,
know
man,
what it is, bro.
We family now.
You know what
You know
it
what I'm
is,
saying,
dog.
man? I appreciate you coming through, man.
Anytime you hit the line, baby. Anytime you hit
Look,
the line.
we
Because you know I always got something to say.
Yeah,
Somebody's always pissed me off.
I don't. Since I'm not in the know, I don't know how the seasons roll. But I gotta
They
make
getting
sure.
ready to kick in.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I bring you back in the middle
Oh, man.
and at the end.
You'll know when it's the middle. That's when my shit start getting sent to Facebook jail.
Look.
When you start seeing me,
you ain't
listen,
gotta check for me.
I tell you what.
I gotta check for you.
I tell you what. When you see me posting from the local locker room page, when you start seeing crazy shit from that page, that means I had to take that page over because
It
my
ain't
page is
crazy
Facebook
though,
jail.
man. It ain't. I keep reiterating. It's not crazy.
It's really not, man.
Because you talking that real shit.
Listen, the only ones that think this shit is crazy is the ones that don't want to believe it.
That's what it is.
That's the only one.
And look, to recap, there you have it. Samson the Bag Guy.
That's it, man.
Local locker room, man.
Listen, prove me
Central
wrong.
Virginia, holla at me.
The only
man.
way to shut me up is prove me wrong. And chances are I still ain't going to shut up. That's just what it is, man.
I'm cutting the camera off.